2025 has been packed with incredible films across every genre. And in this video, I'll be recapping 4 of the best that you absolutely need to add to your watch list. Now let's get in. The movie is Sex in 2050. To escape a murderous loan shark, Mickey and his friend Timo join a spaceship crew to colonize the ice planet Niflheim. Timo becomes a shuttle pilot, while Mickey joins as an expendable, a controversial job involving extremely dangerous tasks, with death resulting in a new clone of him, with restored memories being created through a process called reprinting. During the voyage, a romance develops between Mickey and security agent Nasha. 4 years later, the spaceship arrives at Niflheim. After experimenting on and sacrificing multiple iterations of Mickey as a guinea pig, the ship's scientists develop a vaccine for the planet's pathogens. The 17th Mickey is sent to capture a water bear-like native lifeform dubbed Creepers, but falls into a fissure. Timo retrieves Mickey's valuable flamethrower, but out of convenience leaves Mickey to die. The Creepers swarm Mickey, but instead of eating him, they carry him to the surface. Mickey returns to the ship and is surprised to find that an aggressive Mickey 18 has been printed. The expedition's leader, politician Kenneth Marshall, has sworn that in the event of multiples of clones, all clones will be eliminated. As a result, Mickey 18 attempts to kill Mickey 17, but 17 suggests they secretly rotate duties and deaths to survive. The two are interrupted when they witness Timo selling flamethrower fuel as drugs. Furious at Timo's abuses, Mickey 18 tries to kill Timo, but relents when they are interrupted by Nasha. 18 leaves with Nasha, while 17 is taken to dinner with Marshall, his wife Ilfa, and security agent Kai. At the dinner, Mickey 17 reacts severely to being fed experimental meat and painkillers. Marshall wanted to end Mickey 17 at the spot, but Kai saves Mickey 17 from being executed and brings him to her quarters. But Mickey 17 flees back to Nasha when Kai attempts to seduce him. Nasha learns of the clones and accepts them, but when Kai stumbles across the trio, she tries to report them. Mickey 17 informs Mickey 18 of the dinner incident, and an enraged Mickey 18 decides to kill Marshall at a public ceremony, unveiling a Niflheim rock to commemorate the expedition. 2 baby creepers, Luco and Zoko, emerge from the rock, causing panic. Mickey 17 captures Zoko, but Luco is killed by security when it startles Marshall. Nasha stops Mickey 18 from killing Marshall, but the multiples are exposed, leading to Mickey 17, 18, and Nasha's arrest. Meanwhile, thousands of creepers gather outside the ship, calling for Zoko. In the brig, Mickey 17's description of the creepers helping him causes Nasha to realize they are sentient. Timo arrives to dismember Mickey 17 on orders from the loan shark, who has an agent on the expedition. Mickey 18 offers to take 17's place in a ruse, allowing Nasha to escape and overpower Timo, but security intervenes and takes them all to Marshall. Marshall announces his plan to eliminate the creepers and destroys Mickey's memory backups to prevent him from being reprinted. Ilfa convinces Marshall to make the Mickeys go outside and compete to collect creeper tails for culinary usage, with the winner allowed to live. The Mickeys are fitted with remote detonated bomb vests to ensure compliance. Once outside, the Mickeys seek out the creepers' leader. Marshall follows with a security team to eliminate them and the creepers when they do not follow through with their task. Mickey 17 uses a translation device to warn the mother creeper about Marshall's plan, and the mother demands Zoko's release and the sacrifice of a human in compensation for Luco's death. Mickey 17 signals to Nasha to free Zoko. She takes Ilfa hostage to ensure Zoko's release, and security agents, secretly working against Marshall, arrest Ilfa. Mickey 18 fights Marshall and detonates his vest, killing himself and Marshall to meet the creepers' demands. Afterwards, Mickey 17 and the rest of the expedition make peace with the creepers. Marshall and Ilfa's collaborators face justice, and Ilfa kills herself. The loan shark associate attacks Timo, but Timo kills him in self-defense and uses the incident to testify against the loan shark. Nasha joins the colony's leadership council. Spring arrives, and during the colony's groundbreaking ceremony, Mickey 17, now called Mickey Barnes once again, destroys the cloning device, ending the expendable program. Joey and her older brother Michael have grown up in a London household with an abusive father, which forced Joey to take to wall climbing to escape the domestic violence. 20 years later, as an adult, Joey looks after Michael, who is autistic. One day, she is forced to take him to her workplace, where she works as a window cleaner. While Joey cleans windows on the high-rise alongside her colleague Noah, Michael slips away at an unguarded moment in an attempt to join her. Amidst a shareholder gala held by the Agnian Energy Company in the building, an environmental activist group named Earth Revolution, of which Noah is a member, executes a violent takeover using sleeping gas canisters and takes Agnian's administration and guests hostage. Marcus Blake, the group's leader, is intent on exposing Agnian's hypocrisy as the company is promoting environmental exploitation and pollution, contrary to its publicly declared goal of switching to cleaner, renewable forms of energy, and has even murdered arrested members of the group before they could testify in their trials. When Jeffrey tries to parley with them, Noah kills him despite Blake's orders, and Gerald runs off to hide. After the fugitive is cornered, Noah, who disagrees with Blake's idealism, murders him and his loyalists, usurps leadership of the group, and rigs the hostages with explosives fitted with a dead man's switch synchronized to Noah's heartbeat. Joey and Michael barely escape being knocked out, but Joey is stuck on the building's facade. Her use of a SOS fire signal alerts the terrorists to her presence, but they leave her outside, believing her neutralized. As the police surround the building, Noah forces the hostages to record confessions about their crimes for Agnian or their complicity in them. He coerces Joey into framing herself as a terrorist, focusing the authorities' attention on her for the moment. Claire Hume, the leader of the police task force, luckily doubts appearances and allows Joey to contact her, thus learning about the actual situation. After Hume vainly tries to negotiate with Noah, she reluctantly gives Joey permission to infiltrate the building and create an opening for the SWAT team's assault. Noah tries to murder Joey by lowering an explosive charge down to her position, but she barely escapes and has Hume have SWAT shoot several holes into the building's bulletproof glass windows, allowing her entry with Michael's help. Noah sends some of his men after them, but Joey and Michael kill them and seize their weapons. After taking over the control room and seeing one of Noah's old anti-humanist YouTube video clips, in which Noah announces his intention of blowing up the building and the hostages, Michael feeds it into the internet, exposing Noah's crusade as a farce, and transfers the forced confessions to a USB drive. After sending Michael downstairs and telling Hume to send her men in, Joey lures Noah to her in order to disable the bomb trigger. While the commandos secure the hostages, Joey and Noah face off in a brutal brawl near a hole in the facade caused by the earlier explosion. During their fight, Joey swipes the trigger device from Noah's wrist and attaches it to her own, then pushes Noah out of the blast hole to fall to his death. After the police clear the building and a short debriefing with Hume, Joey reunites with Michael. They use the information on the drive to expose Agnian's corruption to the world and retreat to the coast for some quiet time together. Levin is a former Royal Marine Commando who works as a construction foreman in Chicago and has a close friendship with the Garcia family, Joe, his wife Carla, and their daughter Jenny, who run the company. However, he struggles to gain custody of his daughter Mary after his wife committed suicide. Mary is now living with Levon's father-in-law Jordan, who refused to let him see Mary when he was deployed. One night, while Jenny is out with friends, she is kidnapped by Russian traffickers Viper and Artemis. Joe and Carla report their missing daughter to the police, but they are unable to find any leads to Jenny. Desperate, the parents offer Levon a sum of money to help them find their daughter, but Levon refuses, citing that he wants to move on from his military life. Still unsure, Levon consults his old friend Gunny, a blind ex-Marine raider, who suggests doing what is right for the Garcia family, so Levon agrees to bring her back home. He tracks Jenny's last location in the bar where she was hanging out with her friends. He follows the bartender Johnny back to his home and interrogates him before two more thugs arrive. Levon kills all three of them and learns that the bartender and the thugs are working for the Bratva, a Russian mafia crime syndicate with Seaman Karchenko as the enforcer. Simon's high-ranking captain, Wolo Kolesnik, discovers the carnage and has a cleanup crew remove the evidence, but Levon follows him to his private estate, where he interrogates Wolo before drowning him in his private pool. Simon learns of Levon's activities and sends his sons, Danya and Vanko, to kill Levon. Using his contacts from the DEA, Levon infiltrates the organization by pretending to be a dealer to get close to Wolo's son Dimi, who runs the trafficking part of the organization with a biker gang and their leader Dutch. However, Danya and Vanko chase Levon and manage to capture him with the help of two corrupt cops, but Levon kills them and crashes the van into a river. Simon learns of his son's deaths and summons the other high-ranking mafia members to exact revenge on Levon. He gets all of Levon's personal information, including his father-in-law and Mary. Simon sends his men to tie up Jordan and set his home ablaze to kill him, but Levon manages to save him. Levon takes Mary to stay with Gunny while he heads out to fight the mafia. Levon brutally interrogates Dimi and gets him to lead him to the compound where Jenny is being kept before he executes him. He gears up and attacks the compound, killing every criminal in his path, including Dutch and his biker gang. Levon finds Jenny and kills the client and Viper, while Jenny strangles Artemis. Simon arrives to see Levon and Jenny riding away and calls for backup. However, his boss orders him to leave Levon alone because of how dangerous he is and can bring down the mafia, and that nobody in the organization is going to help him in his crusade for vengeance if he goes rogue. Simon declares he will seek revenge on Levon. Levon reunites Jenny with her family and returns home to have dinner with Mary and Gunny. In Budapest, a young woman arrives for a crypto exchange of Trump coin with a man who demands payment after verification. When he refuses to pay on delivery, she knocks him out and escapes. His henchmen chase her through the city, but she evades them by breaking into a tattoo shop and leaping onto a table umbrella. Meanwhile, in Washington, D.C., President Sutton is alerted that Avid is on the move. She learns that Avid is her rebellious daughter, Serena, who was caught sneaking out. Serena's gadgets are confiscated, and her father, Derek, insists it was for her protection. At the summit, Sutton announces the Together plan to help sub-Saharan farmers with crypto banking. However, the press focuses on her family issues, forcing her to end the conference abruptly. She tells her children they must join her in Cape Town for the G20 summit, and Serena storms off. On the plane to Cape Town, Manny briefs them on security. They are reassured that the hotel is secure, though private contractors have been hired. Rutledge, the man from Budapest, arrives in Cape Town with his own team. He locks down the ballroom doors, reprogramming them to only respond to his team's cards, and shuts down all cell towers and Wi-Fi. Chaos erupts when a bomb detonates, killing special forces. Poisonous gas kills guards whose RFID passes have been disabled. In the ballroom, attackers begin shooting. Manny and Sutton take cover, and Sutton rescues Prime Minister Everett and others. Manny and Sutton are joined by Han Min-seo, the Korean First Lady, and they find a laundry hatch to escape. Manny suggests they reach the Beast, a military vehicle, at the service entrance. Back in their rooms, Serena ties a blanket to the balcony railing, and they escape to the next balcony as henchmen try to break in. Rutledge goes live with a public announcement, accusing world leaders of exploiting nations and urging the public to invest in crypto. Deepfake videos of the leaders spread, destabilizing currency markets and causing Rutledge's crypto value to skyrocket. He forces the Korean Prime Minister to read a manipulated script and cuts off his ear when he refuses. On the rooftop, First Gentleman, Derek, and the kids try to send a message via satellite. As they are sending the message to U.S. security, Darden arrives and confronts Derek, but the kids have already alerted the security and managed to escape. Manny is shot while protecting Sutton, and Melakul, a South African operative disguised as a staff member, kills the henchman. Rutledge, now aware of the international coordination against him, threatens to kill leaders if Sutton doesn't surrender. He started by killing the Australian and Korean prime ministers. The group gets to the Beast and are about to escape, but Rutledge threatens to kill Derek and the kids over the radio. Sutton, to save her family, gives herself up. Manny, who had regained consciousness, jumped out of the moving car to save her. Dimitri and Serena are rescued by Melakula. Serena, now in control of the radio, offers to help hack the RFID system. Outside, Rutledge orders a missile strike on the president's limo, but it miraculously crashes safely, allowing Everett and Elena to escape. In return, Dimitri and an agent destroy the missile launcher position outside the perimeter. Sutton drops a grenade, killing most of Rutledge's men, reunites with her kids, and they continue to clear the area. Sutton surrendered to Rutledge, who disarmed her and forced her to read a pangram to create a deepfake. Rutledge reveals his personal vendetta against Sutton, blaming her for his comrades' deaths. He shoots Derek, but his Kevlar vest saves him. During the struggle, Rutledge drops the crypto wallet, which Joanne discreetly takes. Han stabs Rutledge from behind, but he escapes. Sutton confronts Joanna, who admits to being the mole. Sutton then learns that Rutledge has taken Serena hostage at the helipad. On the helipad, Rutledge has Serena strapped down. Sutton offers him the wallet for Serena's release. She throws the wallet to distract him and strikes him down. Rutledge, frantic, tries to retrieve it. He climbs into his helicopter, but Sutton wrestles his gun away and throws him to his death. Serena pulls her mother to safety just as rescue teams arrive.